Good evening, Lake Orion. Well, it's still afternoon, I guess. I'm your host, Anthony, and I am Taormina. Hello, fans. How are you guys doing today? Well, Sam, how are you doing today?
Hanging in there. Just got my laptop back here again.
So, you really want to know why Ian's not here?
No.
You don't?
We got Ian Jr. here to replace him.
Yeah, Ian Jr. I like that.
Yep.
So, but anyways, for all intents purposes, Ian, for some reason's not here. He's got a softball commitment that he's making, so he's not here at the moment. So, I mean, if he comes, he comes. If not, then I'm your host today. So, let's get started. Interesting news to start off with FIFA.
President.
The president of FIFA, Sepp Blatter.
Yep.
Is stepping down after being voted back in as president after the United States, along with Switzerland, arrested several members of FIFA for corruption. What's your take on the president resigning?
He must have known something. If he resigned, if he resigned so bluntly, he must have known something. For somebody to get reelected, we've had our own corruption case here in Detroit,
Yeah, I know.
with Kwame Kilpatrick.
Yes.
This may be worse than the Kwame Kilpatrick case because you have corruption throughout the entire world here.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you look at what Sepp Blatter, even though they claim that he wasn't involved in it, you gotta know he knew something.
But a lot of these people that are being tried are in their 70s and 80s. So it seems like it's been it's like 2 decades of corruption and profiting. So, I mean, what's your take about, are they going to get maximum jail time?
Well, the maximum they get's 20 years. When you look at what corruption they've done, they're not getting any younger. The leader of that committee, one of them, an Argentinian, he died last year.
He escaped justice.
He escaped justice, but when you look at the people here, that what he's done, it tells me that Sepp Blatter might have known something, but it's kind of odd that they're going after him now. I kind of wish they would have did this about maybe 10, 15 years ago, maybe, because they would have gone after him then.
So, but you looked at, there was a possibility of the United States and Europe and along with South America possibly boycotting the World Cup if you look at a couple of major events have been mentioned. The 2018 World Cup being in Russia, then the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, which there's been controversies to both. There's been allegations of corruption. Do you think that the United States is bitter that they're being held in not friendly or in one, a country that's not on good terms with the U.S., and two, the other one in 2022 it's during the climate's the most hottest there?
Yeah, I would think so because there's a lot of corruption. I mean, with Russia, they just went through an issue with Ukraine. They're still having that issue right now. One over the Crimea Peninsula. They're having some issues right there. And then Qatar is the one I question their safety records. Of course, they're treating they're treating like laborers, like as slaves.
Yeah, mostly Nepali.
Mostly Nepalis, but I think the World Cup got it wrong on Qatar because of the because I don't think it's an African nation.
No, it's a Middle.
Oh, it's a Middle Eastern nation, but it's a pretty dangerous. It's pretty dangerous when it comes to having the World Cup place there. And then you look at Russia. That I think politics played a huge role in Russia getting the World Cup in 2018. Mm-hmm. But also you got I think the Qatar decision, the Qatar decision was questionable. It should have been the United States. U.S. has more territory to play these games. No offense to Qatar, but I just think it would have been better if it was played in the U.S. or Germany or England.
So you think it would have been better if it was in Europe or in the United States?
Correct.
Now, if the president would have stayed in power, if Blatter would have stayed in power, would there have been the possibility of the United States and Europe and South American countries possibly boycotting the World Cup? We would have had a situation to where it's called the, quote, free cup.
Right.
In which countries would be given the option to go to this free cup, and then the other one be the World Cup event itself.
Right, but I would say if he was still in power, then there would be a lot of uprising. I think personally that he had to leave a lot. I mean, there was a lot of pressure on him. FIFA had pressure coming from everywhere, and I guess well, I mean, you face it, the best countries are from Europe. Right.
The best countries are from the ones that are going to make the most money. The most
money are Europe.
Yeah, are European teams. I don't think that, and ratings are very important, especially considering how FIFA makes their money. So I mean, you look at, was his decision to step down? Did he do it was best for FIFA, or was it best for him, or was he saving his own skin?
I think he's saving his own skin here. Because he must know something more than what he's telling us. I know if he wanted to promote peace, you know what I mean, within everybody, I mean, he could have just say, hey, I'm a guy. He's not going to say, hey, I'm a guy who's stolen money from everybody, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be a guy that, and if I have to go away for what's best of the game, I'll go away for what's best of the game.
So you think that he's just doing this to save his own skin?
He's doing it to save his own skin. I think they're going to...
Who do you think becomes the next president of FIFA?
It's interesting because I don't know much candidates. I would say the Prince of Jordan would be a perfect candidate.
Yeah,
Husseini, I think, for even though he lost the election, I think he would be perfect. He had a lot of support from the European Union and the United States. I think he would be absolutely perfect, a perfect fit for the World Cup. And he's also I think he's a Muslim. You know what I mean? I think that and that creates some ties. You know what I mean? When you look at, I think
global unity.
I think Husseini is the perfect fit, I think, to be the next president of FIFA.
Any final thoughts? Do you think FIFA improves on this, or is it still corrupt and a mess?
They have nowhere to go but up for this, but like I said, we'll see what happens in that situation. Knowing that FIFA's they're in some trouble right now. You know what I mean? They are in some serious trouble, especially when you have sponsors like Visa and Coca-Cola watching very carefully over what's going on right now.
Well, we'll be right back with Between Taorminas. We got to discuss a topic that, even though it could be seen as a dead issue, it's not really a dead issue. Here on Between Taorminas on ONTV.
Hello, I'm Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard.
And I'm former Detroit Red Wing Joe Koster.
We'd like to remind you to practice safe boating by knowing the laws regarding water safety.
Please make sure you have the necessary safety equipment on board and be sure all of your equipment is working properly before leaving the dock.
And the probability of being involved in a boating accident nearly doubles when alcohol is involved. Always check local weather conditions, and if you notice darkening clouds, play it safe. Get off the water. Have a safe, enjoyable summer on the lake.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas here on ONTV. I got some fan mail. I have to address this, okay? I had a couple of young men, a couple of young boys, young high schoolers, came up to me and said, "Ant, is this true? Is this true? Is Ian Weatherspoon responsible for why the Tigers are struggling?" So what we did a poll. Did a poll of about maybe 30 high schoolers and about 40 middle schoolers, and it came to a logistical conclusion that 77% of these people say that Ian Weatherspoon, through his Catman suit, through how he acts, is responsible for the Detroit Tigers losing right now.
You know what the
Is
record
this
is
true?
for the Tigers since since May 21st? Tigers are 4-7. That's terrible. Because the reason why I say May 21st is because that was the day of the Lake Orion City meet.
Okay.
And for the middle school city meet. And the Tigers have been just completely atrocious. You know, they have not been the same team since this is a team that's been completely pathetic. You know, I can't believe they're 3.5 back of the Central. You know what I mean? When you look at it, they've lost 4 straight games. Do I think Ian Weatherspoon has to blame for this? Yeah, pretty much do.
So you and I are pretty much in agreement, as with the bulk of the majority of Lake Orioners, that Ian is responsible through his kitty cat suit. Is responsible for why the Tigers
I
are
don't think
struggling.
he's the kitty cat suit, but I just think that, you know, he's got so much faith in this Detroit Tiger team that they need to make some structural changes. There's no doubt about it. They have not been the same team since Victor Martinez went on the disabled list. But you look at the teams they've lost to. They were swept by the LA Angels, Anaheim, place where they can't hardly win there.
It seems like they can't win there.
Houston, they split with them. You look at the Oakland Athletics. They took 2-3, but Oakland's not a very good ball team. And that's who they play coming up, is the Oakland Athletics. So I think the Tigers are in some huge trouble right now, because you got the Minnesota Twins streaking right now.
They're streaking.
They
yes.
are playing very well right now.
They're playing great baseball.
And then you got Kansas City, who's about a half game back of Minnesota. Minnesota's red hot right now.
Minnesota's leading the division?
Yeah, they're up a half game.
The Twinkies are actually leading the division?
Yeah, they are, because the Torrey Hunter effect's over there. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games.
Wow. I mean,
Tigers are 3-7 in their last 10. That's not good.
the Minnesota Twins are leading the division.
Correct. They are the best team in the American League right now.
Wow. I didn't see that coming. The Minnesota Twins leading, even the Royals?
Even the Royals?
The Tigers are out of the wild card race?
They're not even in there. They're 3 back with a wild card.
I know it's early. I know we're in June, but I mean, look, for this Tiger team to be in this position, I can't believe it.
Well, I think the first one to be blamed out of this is Brad Ausmus, because the next guy to be blamed is Dave Dombrowski, because Brad Ausmus is the manager of this team. It's his job to put the best players on the field every night. And then Dave Dombrowski, he's responsible because he's setting up this whole team.
Mm-hmm.
That is why, and then of course, you look at the Tigers' problems. They ground in a lot of double plays.
Yeah.
They ground, they can't. They don't get good runners in runners in scoring position. They had a couple guys thrown out in the Los Angeles Anaheim series. I mean, this Tiger team, they're in a whole lot of trouble right now. I mean, they can't even hit left-handed pitching. They can't even hit right-handed pitching.
So you're saying the offense is more
The
struggle.
offense is a concern. The bullpen's a disaster. This is a disaster waiting to happen for the Tigers, and it just proves to me that this team cannot win. They cannot win. They're not going to catch Kansas City. I don't even know if they're going to catch Minnesota. I really don't think they're going to catch Kansas City, though.
I can't believe the Twinkies are ahead in this Central.
Because they've had a good year. The Torrey Hunters had a good start. They've got some good pitching. Glenn Perkins has done well in that bullpen. I mean, Minnesota's in a really good spot right now.
It looks like it.
And you got another team that's surprised, Houston Astros.
Oh, yeah, Houston's been doing very, very... Can you believe that the Yankees are actually leading the AL East?
Yeah, I can't believe they're leading the AL East.
Yankees.
They're only a game up on the Rays, on Tampa Bay. Baltimore's 3 back. Boston's 4.5 back, despite the fact that they've had a miserable start. Toronto's same thing. I mean, the big money spenders are all struggling right now, and the teams...
Not the Yankees.
New York's 27-25. And all these small market teams are doing very well right now. Kansas City, small market team. Minnesota, small market team. Houston, small market team. I mean, the money does not get you a championship. And right now, by the way that this is doing, young talent, producing talent right now, young talent, developing your players within the minor leagues. It's a huge difference right now why these teams are up right now in there and not the big money spending teams like,
you notice
like
something
the
real
Yankees,
quick?
like the Tigers, et cetera.
You know something, too? Another thing that, Josh Hamilton's on fire ever since being let go from the Angels for the Rangers.
Right.
He's on fire for Texas. He's making his return. Do you think the fans have forgiven him?
I don't know if they've forgiven him. He's not in the lineup tonight. But I just think with Josh Hamilton, with what he's and I have him on my fantasy team for both my leagues.
Right.
But he hit 2 home runs. If he can keep it up, I think they'll forgive him. Prince Fielder's having a nice year in Texas. Josh Hamilton's having a good start, but I'm very curious to see this third base prospect that Texas has tonight playing for him. I think he's going to be a very, very good player. Keep an eye on him tonight.
All right, so hopefully things in the American League change. I mean, this isn't good for Tiger fans, and Ian Weatherspoon, he should share some of the blame. So, Ian, if you're listening out there tonight, bud, you are a big reason why the Tigers are struggling. When we come back to Between Taorminas, we're going to discuss some sports, and we're going to bring back something, the call-out list, here on Between Taorminas on ONTV. Hello, Lake Orion. It's Anthony Taormina, co-host of Between Taorminas. I want to let you know of a new show called History Now. In it, we're going to talk about global, national, and political events that occur in our lifetime. We're going to also have guests and also have co-hosts as well, and also plenty of surprises. Catch us on History Now here on ONTV.
Hello, Lake Orion and Oakland County. This is Sammy Taormina here, talking a new show here called OA Now. We're going to talk about sports from football to basketball to volleyball to track and field to soccer, cross country, etc. here on OA Now on ONTV.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas on ONTV. No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. All right, let's talk about that another time. I want to talk about the return of something that was kind of taken away from us for a little bit. The call-out list. For those of you guys who don't know, we're going to give you a little bit. Joe Velez, when he was here as our director for Between Taorminas, he stepped down. He's no longer producing between Taorminas, though he does watch our show quite a bit. But he stepped down, and Joe was one of the innovators of the call-out list. So our new producers are getting used to, are helping us with the call-out lists. And there was one guy in particular who wasn't very keen to having the call-out lists anymore, and that was Ian Weatherspoon. So, Ian Weatherspoon, why? Why'd you take that away from us? It's simple. Ian didn't want to get called out anymore. Ian said, enough with the call-out list. I am just tired of the call-out list. We have to get rid of it. Ian, it's disappointing. It is very, very disappointing. So Ian, we're bringing back the call-out list, and we're bringing it back for you. My other one I want to call out, I got to get my creative side back. Have you noticed I've hit a creative nadir?
No.
You don't think so?
No, you haven't had a creative back for a while.
I haven't been creative at all.
No.
I haven't been, with my sports side or my history side, I've not been creative at all. You know who I'm blaming for that?
Ian Weatherspoon.
No.
Who?
Even though Ian does deserve some blame. I'm blaming superheroes for it.
What?
I'm blaming superheroes for
Why?
it. Why? Simple. Look, I'm not built as a superhero. I can be an anti-hero. But I am not a superhero. I don't have superhero abilities. I don't have those type of abilities. I have those of a instigative, antagonistical villain-like abilities. But, sometimes I can work as a, quote, anti-hero. But at the same time, I don't have a cape. I don't have a mask. So you can't consider me a superhero. Now, can I be seen as a hero to some? Maybe. I don't know. Am I looked as a role model? Yes, even though at times I don't need to be seen as one, but it is what it is. But bottom line is that as far as superheroes, I am not one. I'm sorry.
Yep, so you're definitely not one. I know you're not.
No, I have not been one.
I've never been one either.
You've not, so you really haven't.
No.
Okay, so let's talk briefly about the NBA and NHL playoffs and NHL Stanley Cup Finals, Chicago, Tampa Bay.
Too much Chicago, unfortunately. I know I'm a Stars fan, you're an Avs fan. It's
right.
Kind of hard to root for a team in a division. Say Chicago in 7.
You got them going the full 7?
Tampa's been a surprise team this year. They've beaten 3 original 6 teams.
Yeah.
I just think in the end of the day, the West is better than the East.
I agree that the West is better than the East, but I think it's going to be Chicago in 6. You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got Golden State and Cleveland coming up. Cleveland traveling to Golden State. What's your take about Curry against LeBron?
Cleveland suffered for the last 51 years. Hasn't won a championship. Hasn't won anything. I think when you look at the match between
LeBron the heroic
James
savior?
and Stephon Curry, this is a good matchup. Neither guy's going to stop each other.
They're not guarding each other.
Neither guy's going to stop each other. Cleveland's going to have no answer for Curry. Golden State's going to have no answer for LeBron James. I just think when you look at the series there, end of the day, I just think Cleveland's a better team, but a better well-rounded team than Golden State. It's going to be a 7-game series. I think Cleveland goes into Golden State and wins their first championship in 51 years.
So you're saying Cleveland.
Cleveland.
You're saying Cleveland in 7.
Yep.
People are saying Golden State in 5.
They haven't made it in 40 years.
I know, but people are saying Golden State's going to win the series over Cleveland. I don't see... LeBron James is playing the best basketball he's played in his career.
Mm-hmm.
And that says a lot. Obviously, LeBron is seen as a savior. Maybe he's a superhero in Cleveland. Who knows? But, he's seen as he's playing his best basketball. He really wants to win the championship for the city of Cleveland. I'm going to say that Cleveland wins it in 6. I just think that nobody's going to stop LeBron, not even Day-Day, Draymond Green. You know, and Draymond, as we all know in East Lansing, is very popular in Michigan State. I just think, Kyrie Irving is going to play a role. He's going to pesterize Curry enough. And they got that one guy that's
Klay Thompson?
No, not Klay Thompson.
No, Savoch? I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
But, I mean, the guy that made
Yeah.
lives miserable for
Yeah, I
the
remember
Hawks
that.
and
Bulls.
Bulls. So, I mean, I think that it's going to be, I think Cleveland wins the series in 6. I think that it's going to be a very interesting series. It'll be a fun series to watch, but I think NBA ratings is going to be pretty good. But I do think that Cleveland will win the series in 6.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cleveland fans deserve an NBA championship or due for one. They suffered enough. Now LeBron's back. LeBron will win them a
Cleveland
championship.
fans have suffered enough. They want to win a championship. They want to win something. My God, they want to win something.
And LeBron is there for them, so, we'll see what
They
happens.
want to win something.
So, we'll have to see what happens. That's our Thursday, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Well, also, you saw the Oakland County results for middle school track occur as well. Mm-hmm. Wait, we just got breaking news. Wait. Oh, no, we'll share that next week. Okay. But let's talk about the middle school county meet. It was a good experience.
Look at, I mentioned a little bit in my podcast today. Scripps took 8 in the girls. Oakview, Walden took 12 and 13 respectively in the girls, and then the boys. It was just boys. It was very interesting. You know what I mean? Scripps only scored 1 point. Walden had 5, and Oakview had them.
Oakview finished 4th in the
Oakview
boys.
finished 4th in the boys. You know what I mean? So, see what happens. Future Lake Orion track and field. Especially in the boys, girls.
A lot of changes are going to be made because
yeah.
obviously coaches at Walden and Scripps both stepping down. We got to see who new coaches are going to be for both teams. Who knows what's going to happen?
Who knows? Maybe.
Overall successful spring season in track.
Yeah, spring trees, successful spring. You know what I mean? Keep an eye on it as we keep. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? One of us could apply.
Maybe who knows? All right, fans, we're going to start heading on out for the evening. Lake Orion, have a great night. See you next week on Between Taorminas on ONTV.